Will it pancake? Or is it going to be a load of crepe? Hello and welcome to Big Friendly Grub. I hope you are well. And it's February, so it is the greatest day in February. No, not Valentine's Day. No thanks. Not for me this year, thank you. Or last year, or the year before. No, it is Pancake Day, or Shrove Tuesday if you want to give it its proper name, but we all know it's Pancake Day. And the reason we have Pancake Day is because it's to celebrate the joy of the birth of our Lord and Saviour, Pancake Man, or something. I honestly can't remember the reason why we have Pancake Day. It's something, but that's what Wikipedia is for. All I want to do today is do a Pancake Day special. But I didn't want to just do like an ordinary, here's how you make a pancake, boom, done. Pancakes in and of themselves are quite simple. What I wanted to do today was try out a load of different fillings that you can try for your pancakes. Now, I'm going to be doing English pancakes, or rather French pancakes, or crepes as they're known. If you want to do American style pancakes, the big thick fluffy ones, you could try that as well, but I'm specifically doing things that are used with crepes so we can fold them over and do different fillings, but you can also attempt some of these as toppings as well. Now, to assist me with this today, I'm going to be using this. It is basically a crepe maker. You could quite easily do this in a pan, but I got hold of one of these for fairly cheap. It's not a sponsored video. If it was a sponsored video by Breville, that would be pretty cool, but it's not. But Breville, if you're watching, hit me up. But I'm going to be using this today to make my pancakes, and we're going to try out loads of different fillings. Some you might have thought of, some you may not have thought of. So I'm really excited to give this a go. I'm really excited to try out some of these fillings. So let's get started. So first things first, we want to make our pancake batter, obviously, because it's not Pancake Day without pancake batter. Duh. This is nice and simple. All we want is 125 grams of plain flour, 50 grams of caster sugar, religious sugar, caster sugar. You don't have to add this if you don't want your pancakes that sweet. You could just go with the flour, eggs, milk, but I like to add it for a bit of sweetness. Then 1 egg, carefully, don't get any shell in it, there we go, and 275 millilitres of milk. I've gone with semi-skimmed, but you can go with whole instead. Then we go with a whisk and just whisk this up until it's a nice smooth batter. Try not to get it everywhere like I am. There we go, that is a nice, smooth, lump-free batter. Now we just want to give that 15-20 minutes to rest because we want the gluten to relax and just to strengthen up again before we use it. But fortunately, here's one I made earlier in true Blue Pizza fashion. I've actually doubled up here because I want to make a lot of pancakes today, so I've got double the amount here, and this is what I'm going to use to get started with my pancakes. As I said, I'm going to be using my crepe maker. Never used it before, so I don't know how well this works in terms of how hot it is or anything like that, so I've just put it on a low 2 setting at the moment. You can already feel there's quite a bit of heat on that, so that'll probably be enough. I don't want to obliterate my pancakes. I'm just going to squeeze on some oil just to help it stop sticking. You could use some butter or something like that, spread that across. It's quite large, so I'm going to go in with like 2 ladlefuls of batter. Hopefully that'll be enough. Then I'm going to use this handy dandy spreader that comes with it to spread it out to the edges. These don't take very long to cook at all, so you need about a minute on each side. Right, that's already cooked, so I'm going to flip that over very carefully. Obviously, if you're doing this in a frying pan, then you do the traditional thing of flipping it. But I'm going to use a spatula to get underneath it, hopefully. Right. 1, 2, 3. Oh, there we go. Actually, for the first one, that's not turned out bad at all. Right, I'm going to flip it back over just to check that's done. There we go, that looks lovely. That is a lovely pancake. That's turned out really well for a first one. So I'm going to want a load of these because I've got loads of different fillings to try today. So I'm going to pop this off to one side and I'm just going to make all the rest. You don't need to see me do it each and every time, but that's how you make a pancake. It's lovely and simple. I might do a video on the American style pancakes another day, but today we're going with crepe. Right, this is probably the least steady camera setup I've ever done, but it's the only way to get me and this in the shot at the same time. So you have to bear with me. It's on like a really rickety table and then a really large tripod, but I'm 6'8", so what can you do? Anyway, I've been a very busy bee and I've got a lovely big stack of pancakes here. So it took me a while. I've just separated them off with greaseproof paper to stop them all sticking together while I've been making them. So now I can start showing you my filling. And we're going to start off with a classic. So I'm starting off with that classic combination, lemon and sugar. It's the one that all Brits default to because it just works. There's something about that bittersweet combination that is just fantastic. If you can't do anything else, if you haven't got anything else around, just keep lemon and sugar around on Pancake Day, as well as all the other stuff you need to make pancakes, and just stick with that because it works so well. And what I like to do is just pop down a good amount of sugar, however much you want, depends on how sweet a tooth you have. That's probably an amount. That is an amount. That's probably a good amount, a little bit more. And then just a squeeze or two of lemon over the top. Fresh lemon's better, but you can get hold of the stuff in the bottle, which also works. If you wanted to go extra fancy, you could always do like lemon zest as well, if you want to be extra special today. But I'm going with just lemon and sugar, and then I'm going to fold that over once, fold that over twice, and there we go. Lemon and sugar pancake. I'm going to give it a quick taste. I know what it's going to taste like, but it's just the best. You just can't go wrong with lemon and sugar. It's just so good. It really is. But you didn't come here to watch me make the most predictable of pancakes. Nope. That's not why you're here today. You're here to see stuff that's different. So let's do something different. Let's use strawberries. Now I know what you're thinking, Matt, strawberries on pancakes, everyone does that. Well yeah, okay, strawberries and cream is a great combination, but I'm going to do strawberries and balsamic vinegar, because apparently that's a combination that's supposed to work really, really well. So I'm going to try that in my pancake and see if it does work. So I'm just going to pop down a little bit of sugar, just because I want something for my balsamic vinegar to soak into. Not loads, because we don't want it to overpower the vinegar. And I'm just going to slice some strawberries into bits. How many strawberries? 3? I think 3's enough. Fortunately, they're out of season at the moment, so I don't know if these are going to be the best strawberries, but we shall see. I've got some nice balsamic vinegar here, which I'm just going to drizzle all over, soak it into the sugar. I don't want to go over the top. I'm going to pop down my strawberries, and then I'm going to fold it over that way. Then I'm going to fold it over that way just to make sure the strawberries are all enveloped in the crepe. Right, let's see how this one goes. Oh, there we go. At first I was like, I can only taste strawberry. Then that balsamic vinegar hits you in the back of the throat. It actually works. It doesn't really get like a huge vinegar hit until you kind of like swallow it. And then it's just like, oh, hello, there it is. That's actually quite a good combination. It's worth a go. You can experiment with the amounts. You could have a bit more vinegar or a bit more sugar just to kind of offset it. It's really up to you. It depends on how sweet your strawberries are as well. Play around with it, but it's definitely worth a go. Now everyone loves a toasty. There's something about just getting something, put it in between 2 slices of bread and then just put it into a pan and just cooking on both sides. You get a lovely crispy toasty with whatever filling you put in it. But what if we took a ham and cheese toasty and put it into a pancake? Let's find out. So I've just got a cheese slice here, which has already started crumbling, but that's fine because I need to break it up anyway. And I'm going to pop a bit here and a bit of ham over the top of it, some wafer thin ham. Then I'm going to fold that over, and I'm going to do the same again. A little bit of cheese, a little bit of ham here. If you want to add something like mustard, butter, something in there, it's up to you. But I'm just going down this route. But you can see over here, I've got a pan heating up. I'm going to use some of that spray oil from earlier. Just pop it into the pan, a good few squirts, and I'm going to pop that in. And just let that hopefully just melt the cheese just a little bit, so it gets nice and melty. Right, that's had a couple of minutes on that side, so I'm going to flip that over. Yeah, that's nice and brown, so I'm just doing it on the other side now. Try and get used to this 2-camera setup. I've done it before, but this time I'm really having to make use of it. But hopefully I'll get used to it, because I'd like to include it in more videos. Try and be more professional. Right, that side is now nice and brown as well, so I don't want to go over the top. There you have a pancake ham and cheese toasty. So let's see if this is any good. Can't imagine why it wouldn't be. Ham, cheese and a pancake. What's not to like? Hot. Oh, very hot. Oh, good. That is everything you'd expect it to be. Ham, cheese, pancake. Nothing to dislike there, unless you're vegetarian or vegan, of course, in which case try something else. but that really works. Right, next we're going further down that savoury route, and I'm going to try something that usually goes really well with pasta, and I think it would work really well in a pancake as well. In fact, somebody's probably already done it, but it's something I've not tried before, and maybe you haven't tried before, so let's see if it works. I'm going to be using spinach and ricotta cheese. So spinach and ricotta is a kind of a classic combination to go into pasta, specifically usually like cannelloni tubes, usually sometimes ravioli as well. But if you can't be bothered with making pasta and you don't have any pasta to hand, then try a pancake instead. It's a lot easier. So let's see how this fares in a pancake. I've got some spinach that I just wilted earlier. It doesn't need very long, just chuck it in a pan and it will wilt really quickly. Quite frankly, you could point it at the sun and it would wilt. That's what spinach is like. Then I'm going in with some ricotta cheese, probably not too much. I'm going to go with probably about that much to start off with. I'm just going to mix that in with the spinach. That looks pretty good to me. That's a good combination of ricotta and spinach. I'm going to add a pinch of salt and some pepper just to season. And I'm not doing the folding over method this time. I'm going to pop this along like so. Roll it up just like that, kind of as you would in a cannelloni tube. So there we go, there's my spinach and cannelloni pancake. Let's see what this is like. No good way to eat this, I'm afraid. That works nicely, yeah. That is a really good substitute for using pasta. That is just a plain and simple method. You could probably take that another level above because this pancake's gone cold, but you could reheat it in the pan. Up to you, but you could go even further, put some more seasoning, spices, oils, whatever you want in there. But this is just a base. That works really well. It's a really good way of doing spinach and ricotta in a quick and easy way. Now, if you know me or you've watched this channel for any length of time, you'll know that one of my favourite things in the world is peanut butter. I absolutely adore it. It is my kryptonite. Chuck it in anything, I will eat it. So it's only right that I wanted to do a pancake with peanut butter in it. I didn't want to go down the obvious route of say peanut butter and banana or peanut butter and jam or jelly as you call it in the US. I want to do something that's slightly different, but not that unusual. I'm going to use peanut butter, nice crunchy peanut butter, and apple. You've got lovely, smooth, creamy, but stick to your mouth peanut butter, and you'll have a nice, crisp, moist apple to kind of offset that. It should work really well together, but let's see. First things first, I'm just going to cut off a couple of slices of apple. Then I'm going to take my pancake, pop over a spoonful of peanut butter. I'll just try and carefully spread that across the pancake without tearing it. Then I'm going to lay a few slices of apple across there. Fold that over, fold it over again. There's our peanut butter and apple pancake. I'm going to give this a try now. I love you, peanut butter. Sorry, I was having a moment there. That works really well. That's really nice. Kind of expected it to be, because the slightly sharp Granny Smith apple there cuts through that smooth and creamy peanut butter, stops it from sticking to the roof of your mouth, and just offsets it really nicely. Absolutely delish. Highly recommend that one, as long as you're not allergic to peanuts. Now, we Brits bloody love a sandwich. Absolutely love a sandwich. We'll chuck anything into a sandwich. You just ask anyone. We'll chuck like chips in a sandwich, or French fries as you call them in the US. We also love a crisp sandwich. Yep, good old crisp sandwich. But will it work in a pancake? That's what I'm going to find out. One pancake, and because I don't want this to be hideously dry, I'm going to put some butter over this. Just over one side. Open up a bag of your favourite crisps. I'm going with cheddar and onion McCoys. I wanted the flame grilled steak ones, but they didn't have any. And pop those along. Showing you how to make a crisp pancake. What have I come to? Yeah, use the whole pack. What the hell? Fold over again. Press it down because that's what you got to do. Got to hold this really carefully because I don't want it to go everywhere. Cheers! Crisp pancake. It sort of works. I mean, you get mostly crisp, to be fair. It's a bit thin, so you haven't got that like bread to crisp ratio that makes a crisp sandwich so great. But it's still crisps and pancake. There's nothing wrong with that. I feel it would be remiss of me if I did a pancake and didn't try using the greatest cheese of all time. No, not brie, not camembert, not Stilton, not any of those. I'm talking about halloumi. I love this little squeaky cheese so much. It is so good. So I thought, why not chuck it in a pancake? I mean, I'm chucking crisps in a pancake. Halloumi's not a stretch, but I don't want to chuck it in by itself. So I'm going to do something that hopefully complements it quite well. I've got hold of some lemon and coriander hummus, because I think the lemon will go nicely with the halloumi and also stops it from being super dry. So lemon and coriander hummus, you can use regular hummus or any other hummus you would like, or chuck something else with it, but I think hummus will go nicely. How many more times can I say hummus? So I'm going to take my hummus, I'm going to spread it all over this because, like I say, I don't want it to be too dry. Then I'm going to pop over 3 slices of halloumi, which I cooked in the pan earlier, just for a couple of minutes on each side until it got nice and brown like so. Fold that over, fold it over again. Halloumi, lemon coriander hummus. Let's give it a go. That one works really nicely. You've got that wonderful texture of the halloumi in there, and then you've just got that lovely lemon and coriander hummus, which just gives you a hit of flavour. It's really nice and simple. And bear in mind that all my pancakes have been cold because I've been obviously preparing everything, but in a hot pancake, that would be really, really nice. Up next, Nutella. Now I know what you're thinking, Matt, everyone puts Nutella in pancakes. Well, you'd be right, but does everyone put it with Ferrero Rocher? Yep, I'm going to take Nutella and crumble in some Ferrero Rocher. If you don't know what these are, they are gorgeous, like hazelnutty chocolates with a lovely smooth filling. They're seen as quite fancy thanks to an advert a while ago that was like, Monsieur Ambassador, these are really spoiling us. But I thought, combine the smoothness of the Nutella with the wonderful crunchiness of the Ferrero Rocher, and let's see what we get. Right, I just popped the Nutella in the microwave for 20 seconds just to soften it up a bit. Word of advice, make sure you get all the metal top off of there before you put it in the microwave, otherwise you get a bit of a thunder and lightning in your microwave. Nutella on. Spread that all around, spread it all around. Right, I'm going to go over with 2 or 3 of these Ferrero Rocher. Need to unwrap them first. Go with 3, then I'm just going to crumble them over that Nutella. Then over and over again. Nutella and Ferrero Rocher. That is naughty. Look. Oh, nothing to say about that. That would be even better if this pancake was warm. That is a really good one. Do that one. Do that one. Right, we're staying on this track, and this time I'm using Biscoff, Lotus Biscoff spread. This is amazing, the stuff is wonderful. Makes brilliant cheesecakes as well. Then I'm going to add in some crumbled Lotus Biscoff biscuits as well, and I've managed to get hold of these Biscoff cream ones with the cream filling. Same theory as the Nutella and the Ferrero Rocher, we're just mixing up the ingredients. Same as before, 20 seconds in the microwave. Whoa, look at that. Spread that over. Probably need a bit less than that, I would say. I've gone a bit over the top, but what the heck, it's Pancake Day. I'm going to say, 2 of these biscuits crumbled over, and over again. Before you ask, all I'm eating today is these pancakes because there's no way I'm eating anything else today. Cheers, let's try this one. Oh, that is delicious. It's double Biscoff, it's just, you're just changing up the texture. So you've got that Biscoff spread, and then you've got the Biscoff biscuits. It's just giving it a lovely texture. And that caramel, oh, beautiful. Right, we're down to the final 3 ideas. This next one is a bit off-piste. If you watched a while ago, I had Stiv here, and we did an unusual food pairings video, trying out different things that people like to try and eat and things like that. Most of them were a bit, but one we kind of liked, which we didn't think would work, and that was like cheese and coffee with a bit of honey, and it actually worked really well. So I want to see what that's like in a pancake. Right, first things first, I'm going to squeeze over some honey. And I'm popping over a slice of my same cheese as before. It's just like a mature cheddar cheese, and a bit more honey just to stick that coffee onto the cheese. Just going over with some freeze-dried coffee. I'm not going to use too much. Over. It's kind of worked before when me and Stiv tried it, but whether it works in a pancake, I don't know. One way to find out. Yeah, it does. I don't know why it does. It shouldn't work. Brain says no. Taste buds say yes. It won't be for everyone, but it's actually really nice. It's like the Spam and Oreo burger I did last week. Shouldn't work, but it does. We're changing things up a bit, and we're going with baklava. But not actual baklava. I'm not just going to take some baklava and just chuck it into a pancake. We're going to take the components of the baklava that you would usually get between that thin, crispy pastry and trying that in a pancake. So I'm going to use pistachios, honey, cinnamon, and rose water and see what that's like in a pancake. Sounds great in theory, but let's see if it works. But hey, if the coffee, honey, and cheese works, then surely this will work as well. Right, again, squeeze of honey going over some pistachios to stick to that honey. A sprinkling of cinnamon, not too much. A drizzle of rose water. You don't need to go too far with this because you don't want it like tasting like perfume, but it's just rose water that you can get in most supermarkets now, I think. And because baklava is layered, right, this is the one I'm most curious about because I think in theory it should work, but let's see. You don't need much rose water. Christ. Literally, I overdid the rose water there. A bit too much. I would say measure out your rose water. Once it eases off, that's really nice. The rose water just punches you in the face at first if you use too much of it. Just realised I have a spare pancake, so I'm going to try that again, but really dial back that rose water, because I think it'll work. Right, let's try this again with considerably less rose water. That's better, much better. You only get a hint of rose water that time. Like you get the honey and the pistachio and a bit of the cinnamon. That's very nice. Don't drown it in rose water like I did the first time. Just measure out 1/4 teaspoon on each bit of the pancake and you're laughing. That's better. Right, we're saving, hopefully, the best to last. So we're bringing back the Nutella, but we're also adding some salted caramel, and we're also going to bring in some shortbread to make a Millionaires Shortbread Pancake. So I'm going to spread over some Nutella, like I did before, and I'm going in with some of this salted caramel on the other side. It's not salted caramel, so pop a pinch of sea salt over there, and I'm taking a couple of these shortbread biscuits and crumbling over, then fold over, and this is the one I'm looking forward to the most. Millionaire Shortbread Pancake. Oh, goodness me, that is rich and indulgent AF. It needs that sea salt to kind of take away some of the richness, but that is delicious. Probably don't need too much here. I probably overdid it, to be honest, but that is good. Really, really good. So there you go, 11 fillings for Pancake Day that you may not have had before, and one you probably have. That was a lot of fun, actually. That crepe maker from Breville is actually really, really good. All my pancakes turned out great, even the first one, which is never happens. So even though I said it's not a gadget review thing, it's really good. If you struggle with your pancakes or you make loads of pancakes often, get one. But otherwise, I hope you enjoyed the video. Plenty of ideas for you to try out there. Some, they've probably been done before, but these are the ones that I kind of sat down and I came up with. But I'm sure other people have done some of them somewhere. Maybe not the coffee one, but personally, I think they're all worth a try. You just got to be careful with the rose water on that baklava one, because otherwise it will overpower everything, and everything will end up tasting like Turkish delight. But again, hope you enjoyed the video, hope you found it useful, hope you found it entertaining. If you did, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell to find out when new videos are coming along, and I will see you next time on Big Friendly Grub. Have a great pancake day. Bye! Right, the first thing we want to do before we do anything else, of course, is make our pancake batter. Pancake batter? Well, we want to make our pancake better, but I meant to say pancake batter.